Hey there. Welcome to Millennium Milestone Presents, a site dedicated to storytelling in books, movies, video games, and other exciting genres, where I found my calling as an actor.
Cheep, 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 cheep.
Who's this man?
Well, it's time for me to make my return to the 616 universe and review an indie art film in the name of Wonder Man. Starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen, he plays an aspiring Hollywood actor named Simon Williams who's struggling to get his career off the ground. During a chance meeting with Trevor Slatey, an actor whose biggest roles may be well behind him, Simon learns the legendary director Von Kovac is remaking the superhero film Wonder Man. These two actors at opposite ends of their careers dodgingly pursue life-changing roles in this film as audiences get a peek behind the curtain of the entertainment industry. Yes, you heard me right. It is an art film about the entertainment industry and acting. So this is definitely a departure from what we've been getting from Marvel for quite some time. And I'm not going to lie to you, I am on the fence about this. On the one hand, I do appreciate artistic films like from A24. But for a comic book superhero movie, this is a little different. This is something where I don't know if this is going to be something I enjoy. I've watched the first 2 episodes, and we're going to run into that right now and let you know my immediate thoughts on Wonder Man right now. Like any opening episode, there is the mundane start of Simon Williams' life as an actor, trying to land a gig in American Horror Story, oddly enough. However, as we get to know Simon in this particular episode, he unfortunately runs into problems where he becomes a little difficult with the staff as to what he thinks should be done and not done for his role in this particular series. This ends up with him being booted off the show and having to look for something else entirely. To add to his woes, Simon comes home to see that his girlfriend is moving out and leaving him behind. So, needless to say, he's not having a good day. So he goes to a movie theater where he finally tries to relax, only to discover that another actor he recognizes there, that of Trevor Slatey, the former Mandarin, who is there. He recognizes him for his earlier work before becoming the Mandarin and finds out in conversation with him that there is an audition for a very lucrative role in the Wonder Man film. Needless to say, Simon finds this opportunity too much to pass up on and tries to get his agent to try and get him a role on it. When she refuses to do so, he finds other ways of doing so and sneaks off to the set and manages to land a spot to at least be called up and audition for the role. In the meantime, he does run into Trevor, who actually helps him to get him ready for his audition rather than be upset with him for sneaking in and trying to get a shot at this. However, we discover at the end of the episode that there's more than this than meets the eye. Trevor is being blackmailed into spying on Simon and set up this whole meetup and audition just to get closer to him. To be continued. In episode 2, Simon is now told that he can now produce a tape for his audition for the next round of call-ups. So he struggles with this quite a few times and finds himself again seeking the help of Trevor here. You start seeing this friendship starting to bond between the two of them as Trevor gives his thoughts on what he can do to be a better actor and produce better results with what he does. Once again, though, we are met with the fact that Trevor has devious means trying to save his own skin. So he hacks Simon's computer to try and get more information for damage control to uncover his amazing powers that he has underneath. So after watching the first 2 episodes of the series, I gotta say, what does leave me impressed by not only Abdul-Mateen's performance, but even that of Ben Kingsley. Their friendship is incredibly genuine in this. So that really stands out well. And I would even say that this actually carries the entire series as a well-done premise in that manner. You see a genuine interest that Trevor begins to have in Simon and actually does genuinely want to help him. But he's lagged by the very fact that he's blackmailed by the Department of Damage Control and wants to save his own skin at the same time. So that struggle is there, along with Simon's struggle, wanting to be an actor, but also hiding the fact that he has superpowers. And in this day and age, in the 616 universe, that's a big no-no even for actors. In a later episode, it's explained of a special clause that does not allow actors who have superpowers to be in big budget films. So that's the challenge that Simon faces, along with keeping a secret and wanting to aspire to become a great actor, more so with the Wonder Man film that he grew up watching when he was a kid. Now, I mentioned before that I really do like artistic, dramatic films too. They are really good when they're well done. Take, for example, what this show kind of reminds me of is a little bit of Good Will Hunting, and another not quite known film, but I would say more so similar to this, is Finding Forrester, which was starring Sean Connery. Now, while I do appreciate that this is a very well done, independent sort of story from the Marvel Universe, there is the nagging issue of this not being a true comic book show or movie. And that's where I struggle with this quite a bit. And in some ways, I think I'd be more accepting if this was completely something outside of Marvel altogether. And this would not be an issue. But because this is stamped with a Marvel film, it does bother me quite a bit that, one, we do have a race-swapped character. Wonder Man is a Caucasian character in the Marvel Universe. And while he's not popular among a Captain America, Iron Man, or Thor, he is still a recognizable character. That being said, one thing I will appreciate that they did with this series is the fact that they made this Simon a person that was in love with the character who is a white character. So that's something different that we haven't quite seen in a while, where people are inspired by someone that isn't their race, but more by the ideal, the character that this person presents to him. So that is a plus for me. And again, the friendship, I think, is the selling point of this series that really helps it to drive it being something less than an acceptable series like Ironheart and She-Hulk. Now, I did watch the entire rest of the series, and like I said at the beginning of this, I do feel exactly the same way, that this is an excellent series. I'm very impressed with that of the two actors, Abdul Mateen and also Ben Kingsley. Their friendship is genuine and definitely shows very well in the series. And the story is very well done. It's very told in a way that you can definitely relate to the characters and to the struggles that both of these characters go through throughout the series. That being said, I feel a little frustrated in a way with Marvel that creative ideas like this didn't come about early on when they were doing other series, such as Ms. Marvel and Ironheart, which could have learned from such a wonderful series like this. But where do we go from here? Because now, moving forward, we are anticipating Brand New Day for Spider-Man, which, while I'm excited to see another Spider-Man movie, I'm also worried about where that's going exactly in terms of what the story is and how this connects to the even bigger plan that Marvel has to get to Avengers Doomsday. But again, only time will tell. So those are my thoughts on Wonder Man. What did you guys think of it? What did you value about it? Did you appreciate about some of the ideas that they came up with for this series? Did you like that it was an indie art film, or did you hate it that it wasn't a true comic book series? Again, like, share, and subscribe, and again, also remember that your comments are just as important as your views. Other than that, you best better believe I'll be back.